Good morning. It's the 6th of November 2025, and most of my audience will know that I grew up in a religious cult called the Plymouth Brethren or Exclusive Brethren. So I grew up indoctrinated, brainwashed, whatever you want to call it. So it's something I understand. And I'm watching the UK at the moment and seeing how brainwashed the United Kingdom really is. And I'm referring to the British royal family. They are loved and adored by so many people in England. But when you unpack them, you've got King Charles. Where do we start? A man that was unfaithful to his wife, had a side chick, then married her. A man that is known for his relationship with underage boys. Oh no, you can't talk about that, can you? We'll put that one on Andrew, who sacrifices his brother. The interesting thing is when you sacrifice your brother's wife, who doesn't particularly like you, starts throwing stones. She's dangerous. Lovely, but dangerous. And of course, she points out that Andrew, he used to have an affair with Meghan Markle. Whoops. Oh, and these are the people you look up to because you turn a blind eye to the fact that they are not real role models at all. These are unfaithful, dirty people. I watched Piers Morgan defending them. King Charles, he's the head of the Church of England. Oh, really? I saw him aligning with Islam the other day. Oh, we didn't see that, did we? We didn't see it at all. It's time to wake up. I had to wake up when I was 23 and realise the people that had told me lots of things in my life, my own parents, had misled me. It took me 10 years to come to terms with. It's going to take time. But I would urge every one of you to stand back and look at the facts. King Charles' best friend, Jimmy Savile, paedophile. Good circle of friends, fella. He's your king that you love. It's time to wake up to who you're actually supporting. And if you don't know, it's time to connect with your creator. God will tell you who is good and who is bad. Don't look to the media. Don't look to those people out there like David Beckham, who's just become a sir. Another man. You only have to ask Rebecca Lewis, is he faithful or not? You look up to people who are not role models. It's time to wake up to the truth. Good morning, Paul. Good morning, Drew. That's my little rant for the morning.
Good morning, Charlie. Well, I'm going to dive straight into my first story. President Trump has shared details from a phone call he says he had with Russian President Vladimir Putin about the ongoing conflict in Ukraine. According to Trump, Putin claimed that Russia had been trying to resolve the situation for over a decade and suggested it might now be up to Washington to help negotiate peace. Trump has said he wants to mediate an end to the conflict, though no breakthrough has yet been reached, and both sides remain firm in their positions. The situation continues to evolve, with global attention still focused on Ukraine's future.
Well, I'll tell you for nothing, Putin has wanted this resolved for a very, very long time. And this comes down to NATO. NATO have been pushing where they promised they never would. They made a promise to Putin they would never move further east. This was the agreement. And they went back on their agreement. And on top of that, they allowed bioweapons to be manufactured in the Donbass region, which Putin didn't like. It was dangerous. They also were the hub of human trafficking and child trafficking. Putin doesn't like that. But again, we turn the blind eye to that. Oh, no, that never happened. Do your research and you'll find out exactly that Putin is not a bad guy. He lives his life to protect his own people, and he's not scared of exposing evil. And the American and the Europeans will point the finger and go, Putin bad. Do your own research. He's not bad.
Good morning everyone, and my first story of the day, staying on the UK train. Britain's scandal hit HMP Wandsworth Prison has mistakenly released a second inmate, this time a convicted fraudster. William Smith, just hours after sentencing, he joins Barim Kador Sherif, a sex offender still on the run since late October. The Justice Department blames outdated systems and poor communication between the courts and prison staff. Public confidence in the prison service is faltering. This isn't just a bureaucratic slip-up, it's a symptom of a system overburdened and underfunded. Calls for resignations and digital reform of inmate tracking will likely intensify.
Well, it doesn't surprise me one little bit. For those people who know anything about me, I was involved with prison security 35 years ago, and I was responsible for the security of prisons. And with the help of the company that I was working with, Sensomatic, they were very, very secure, and they had very, very good access control and closed circuit television. Just by chance, 6 years ago, I was talking to somebody within the prison service about their security, and they went, "Charlie, we miss you. The systems haven't been updated for 35 years. They've continued the same." And as with anything, technology moves on. And again, these places need to be secure. Their systems need to be secure. There are many, many people that are in prison that shouldn't be in prison. There are many, many people that are not in prison that should be. And these are things that get left aside when you've got money being spent on unnecessary wars, because all the money's going out the back door when things need to be spent at home, on the infrastructure of prisons, of the police, of many, many things. And it's being wasted on unnecessary wars around the world. Paul.
Well, my next one, and you can't make this one up. Belgian authorities have charged former EU Justice Commissioner Didier Reynders with money laundering. Reynders, who previously led the European Union's effort to freeze Russian assets during the Ukraine conflict, is accused of moving close to €1 million through his personal bank accounts and alleged lottery winnings. His home was searched late last year, and while he denies any wrongdoing, prosecutors say there is enough evidence for the case to proceed. The investigation now continues as the EU debates how to handle seized Russian funds.
Well, we're going to see a lot of this, Paul, because there's a lot of money laundering that's going on, because there's no accountability in the EU. If the EU was a business, every one of them would be locked up in prison, because there's never been an official audit of the EU. Never. You're not allowed to do that in any other walk of life. They are completely unaudited. So, as they start unpicking it, a lot of this is going to be exposed. And I'll tell you what, that case is the tip of a ridiculous iceberg. True?
Next up, the Federal Aviation Administration will slash 10% of flight operations at 40 major airports beginning Friday as the US government shutdown grinds into 36 days, the longest in American history. Officials say the move is unavoidable. Too many air traffic controllers and maintenance engineers are furloughed or working without pay. Airlines have already started to preemptively cancel routes.
For anybody that does a lot of travel like myself, I find it unbelievable when I travel to the USA. Because the airports, and I'm referring to Miami Airport, New York JFK, LAX, are out of the arc by comparison to Dubai, Doha, some of these, Riyadh, some of these airports in the Middle East against America are unbelievable. My favorite airport in the world, Singapore, unbelievably efficient. I mean, they're 20 years ahead of America. And if they weren't wasting so much money on wars, unnecessary wars, and on things they shouldn't be, this is a country that Donald Trump, as a businessman, you could, the roads, the rail networks, the airlines, the airports, the whole infrastructure needs to be replaced. And for a country that claims to be a world leader, you are leading the world, but in mental health. It's time to wake up.
Well, my next one, COP30, or COP30 as it's known, is the next major UN climate summit set to take place in Belém, Brazil. It marks 10 years since the Paris Agreement, where nations pledged to limit global warming to 1.5 degrees. However, the UN now warns that exceeding that target is likely. World leaders, campaigners and negotiators will meet to discuss cutting emissions. I'm sorry, but climate agenda rubbish again, Charlie, isn't it?
Isn't it just? And people need to wake up, because if you look at the science, and the science backs this up, that as human beings, as men and women on the planet, with all the cars, all the planes, all the ships, everything in the world affects the climate by 0.04 of 1%. And if you look at pictures of the Statue of Liberty 50 years ago and today, the water levels are exactly the same. And they talk about climate change. Well, the climate does change. We used to have a name for it. It was called summer, winter, spring and autumn. And that's climate change. But we've got these idiots who are making money out of it. They're laundering money. They jump on you for laundering money, but they are the grandmasters, because they're using a lie to steal money, because it's a lie. It does get warmer. That's called summer. For the thick bastards out there, it does get colder. It's called winter. I remember growing up as a child in the UK. It used to be snow at Christmas in the 60s. Nobody talked about climate change then. We knew what it was. It was winter time. Wake up.
And my last story, federal agents raided a Spanish daycare in Chicago, arresting one worker tied to what Homeland Security calls an employment fraud operation. Parents watched as ICE officers arrived mid-morning. The scene has already sparked outrage from immigrant advocates who say enforcement should never intersect with childcare settings. This case may become a flashpoint for the border immigration debate. ICE insists it was following protocol, but community anger is rising. Expect the administration to frame this as law and order, while critics highlights the fear such actions sow amongst mixed status families.
Well, Paul's and my last story is what we discussed before we came on air. Of course, it was a full moon yesterday, and it was a Taurus beaver moon. What a lovely name. I mean, they come up with some great names. It's a Taurus beaver moon. But the one thing that's changing is people's frequencies. And we're noticing it right now. And when you're open to realizing that these things, the power of the planets that are out there have an impact on each and every one of us. And as our frequency is changing, when you're open to the change, you can enjoy it. If you try and fight the change, you won't. It's time to enjoy the change. We're transitioning. We're shifting timelines. For those people who are embracing it, it's a time of change. It's a time of joy. For those people who are fighting against it, it's a time of fear, panic, distress. I'll leave you with that thought. Which timeline are you on? Have a wonderful day. That was the news on the 6th of November, 2025. We'll see you tomorrow.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Hi guys, this is a personal message from me. If you see a video on Facebook, you are following an imposter. I am not on Facebook. I have not been on Facebook since June 2020 when they removed me. Please redirect to watch all of my videos at charlieward.com. All official social media links are on my website. We urge you to stop following fake channels. I will never message you in a video. I will never ask you for money. I will never message you privately. I will never contact you directly. I will never ask you to email any information directly. I will never sell you cryptocurrency or any currency or ask you to open a quantum financial system wallet. Please do not get caught by these scammers who are out there. I do not endorse other truthers so that an imposter can say that I've said this. I will not ask you directly or indirectly to open a quantum wallet, so please be careful. If you want to check out the validity of anything, contact us directly via our website at charlieward.com. There's a contact page there. We have a customer care team there to help you.